Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo on a very emotional Tuesday. I got to tell you, man, that whole Tony Romo press conference was incredible. I honestly thought he was going to retire. In fact, I think Joe Boo definitely needs a refill as well as I do. Gotta say that this is kind of like what I had said, that Tony Romo is truly a team player. And he recognizes where the team is going. All the bickering that we've had outside of it on YouTube and Facebook and in the media was just us. There was never any problem with that team. And I dare say, you'll probably say I'm crazy, but then again, a 51-year-old man with a voodoo doll is crazy enough as it is. But see, football, there's not a lot of difference between winning and losing. Sometimes it's just that. If you're that much too fast, you can miss it. That much too slow, you can miss it. But you have to hit it right, just right. And there's not a lot of difference between the good teams. Sometimes the difference is motivation. And I'm sure you've all heard, win one for the Gipper. I dare say you won't hear it out in the media. You won't hear it from the players or the coaches or anything else. But all of a sudden, the Dallas Cowboys now have their battle cry. Tony Romo has given up everything. Now, he's been well compensated and all that, but, money doesn't mean that much. Because he could have stayed down in that Redskin game instead of trying to come back in overtime with broken bones in his back. He could have stayed out when he had a punctured lung. He could have stayed out longer with that broken clavicle. But he didn't. He could have retired years ago with the way the media scrutinized him, way fans called him out, called him Tony Ono, called him a bum. But every week, come hell or high water, Tony Romo was always showing up for his team. And when I say that motivation, I guarantee you every single Dallas Cowboy player wants Tony Romo to get a ring. Flat out. Because they recognize what Tony's done for this team. They feel great about what's happened with Dak Prescott and where the team is, but they also have a love for Tony Romo. And what better thing that they could do to say thank you than to win it all? So that way he goes out with that ring, just like DeMarcus Ware did with Denver. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I got to tell you this. Over here, you see this picture with Joe Boo. Joe Boo, we met him at an autograph signing in Chantilly before the 2014 season. And you'll see Joe Boo's hair right there because Joe Boo was right there with him. Tony Romo got a kick out of it, and he signed this jersey. That 2014 season, Joe Boo wore that jersey all season long. And that season was pretty magical. I can't say that had anything to do with the Dallas Cowboys winning. I don't know. But at least sounds good as a story. Now, after I saw Dak Prescott playing in the Senior Bowl when everybody was talking about Carson Wentz, and I kept looking at it and saying, I think Dak Prescott played a better game. So I started doing some research with him, and I immediately fell in love with the guy. I saw him like Tony Romo when he was playing. And that's when I started getting on the Dak Prescott bandwagon, saying he's the perfect fit for the Dallas Cowboys, on and off the field. That's when we were at the draft. Even got Joe Boo on the stage there at the draft. And somehow, some way, the Dallas Cowboys got him. And we are truly, truly blessed to have had Tony Romo. and still have Tony Romo for however long. What I would love to see with this story, I would love to see the Dallas Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, win it, and have Tony Romo retire as a Dallas Cowboy and become a coach, become another piece of that Dallas Cowboy puzzle. I don't want to see Tony Romo in another jersey. I don't want to see him taking any more abuse like he did. And the thing that worried me about if he did come back and play, if Jerry Jones said, Tony Romo's my starter and puts him out there, if the team failed, unfortunately the narrative would be the Dallas Cowboy fans running him out of town. And don't act like it wouldn't happen. Some of you fans out there in the first half of the game were ready to go ahead and get rid of Dak Prescott, calling him a bum because he had to fumble and they were behind in the game. You know that we are some fans that will turn really, really fast. And the last thing this guy needs or deserves is to end his career that way. But we are blessed to have him and have Dak Prescott. And Tony, this shot's for you, buddy. Class all the way. I'm Mark Holmes. It's Cowboy Joe Boo. Thank you for subscribing and being part of the Joe Boo Report. Tony Romo has always been money.